1 hour, 9 o'clock, I'm off.
Yeah, tell him, Nigel.
What are you talking about, man? 1 hour and you're off, dude. Yo. Yo.
Blackopolypse.
Yeah, man. Blackopolypse, man.
Blackopolypse.
Yeah, man. So, like I was saying, I think personally, so I was just talking about put a video out today talking about, I don't think COVID is as easy to contract as they say it is. Simply because, in a nutshell, I was told I had to stay home for 7 days because I've been in direct contact with somebody and I was in very close contact. Let's leave it like that. I was in very close contact with this person. And, well, here I am, man, alive and kicking. So I don't know what they were talking about, man. I don't know. And nobody around me, and trust me, I'm extrovert, so I'm touchy, I'm feely, I'm hugging everybody. Like, yo, what's going on? I'm like one of these. I would be considered a super spreader. Yeah, I would be. I would be considered a super spreader. And nobody around me, nobody I know got sick. Nobody. And I'm like, hold on a minute. Wait a second.
It's you know, it's just strange, man. I mean, like I said to you earlier, you know, I think someone posted on that same post that their friend, his wife's a nurse. Every year she has to have a flu jab.
Yeah.
She got COVID. She's quarantined at home with the husband and the kids. None of the husband and the kids didn't get it. And then obviously, you know, the only factor there is she's had a flu jab. They haven't. So you then think to yourself, well, what's in the flu jab?
Yeah.
That might be reacting.
You don't want to know what's in the flu jab.
Well, I know what. Well, yeah, that's another story altogether. But what's in the flu jab that might react with COVID? Does that explain why they were saying about a certain age group?
Yeah, because old people always
birth.
Yeah. Actually, I'm gonna wait there. Let me do a little search, man. What is in the flu vaccine?
Mate, don't read it because your eyes will water. Seriously,
isn't it just like a dose of the actual virus itself?
Well, yeah.
And it's not just that they put more than just that in there, man. They don't just put the virus in you. There's a whole heap of things going into that flu jab. Because
there's some nastiness in some of these.
That's what a vaccine's supposed to be.
Vaccine.
That's what a vaccine's supposed to be. What you got to think of though is they're giving you a vaccine for a flu which hasn't even struck yet, and they're putting that vaccine together every year, a brand new one for a flu that hasn't come yet. So I don't know.
But I mean,
wait a second.
There is a thing to think about with this though, because like you say, like with the I'm eating my food. That's why I'm blacked out here. But you know, with the flu, the actual general common cold, there's over 100 strains of it.
So that's why they can't cure a cold, and they're trying to cure a flu, and they can't. And I think they're pumping us too full of all of these kind of new things that they're coming out with every year. Like, yeah, man, have this, man. You won't suffer as bad effects, but you'll still get it. But you just won't be as bad. Well, hold on a second. If you're going to give me something, I don't want to get it. No matter how bad it is.
I might not get it at all.
Yeah, well,
look at this.
I think, you know, it's dodgy though, man. That story I said about a nurse, she'd had jabs, her son, and her husband haven't. She got COVID in the same house. They didn't. What you found, Wayne?
They have something called formaldehyde. I guess that's
formaldehyde. You know what that was? That's a poison.
Yeah. They have that in a needle, man. Yeah, only small doses though. They actually stay toxic and potentially lethal in high doses, man. So if you have like 4 or 5 of those.
So you've had the flu jab since the age of 55, and you're now 75, and you've been having that in your body every year.
Yeah.
I mean, I ain't being funny. What are the long-term effects, Mr. Doctor? What's that? You haven't tested it yet? Oh. So I can put a claim in on your estate, then you can make sure my kids go to grammar school.
Yeah. And then obviously they have the various strains of the flu that exists, the Michigan strain, Hong Kong strain, Brisbane Phuket strains.
Mate, do you trust anything?
Foot flu, mouth flu.
Mate, I'm not being funny, right? If they're putting all of that in you every time you get a jab, I ain't being funny at all. What is the effect of all those things being mixed together in one syringe?
No idea, man. Some geezer puts.
Look, man, nah, get no needle. Not a bomb, but the only needle I'm going to get, mate, if I go to America and commit a very, very heinous crime, then I have to get put to death. I'm not having no needle. I'll give blood, but me now I want no needle something there. And then vaccine, no, sir. We don't get vaccine in Jamaica. We're still 105. No, me all right. I'm all right, mate. You can keep your medication. Oh, man. Keep that vaccine, mate. Keep it.
Stuff we got tomorrow.
Casey?
I don't know, man. He was there.
Did you scare him off?
No, I didn't even look at him. I just saw him.
Who down, Casey?
Who's Casey, man?
Casey, man.
He thought he joined a private party. That's what it was. He's like, oops, wrong room, wrong keys.
He didn't want to get involved. Yeah, he was like, nah, sack this.
Nah, he said he was going to just listen in. I think before, like.
All right.
Hey, man, what's the crack for today, man? You can't sit there just researching, you know. Come on, man.
No, remember, I sent you guys. I said in the group, I said everyone pick 3 countries that they love and 3 countries that they hate, and we're gonna, try and see if we can find a common ground. This is actually. I just wanted it to be fun and light today. I'm in a bit of a bit downbeat. I'm in a bit of a, I'm not really happy. So I need something light and joyful, man. So I want to talk about something that I like, which is countries around the world. Traveling.
Yeah. So we all share that, man.
Yeah. So how we'll do? We'll each do 1 each, obviously till 3, and then we'll do the ones, or we can do 1 good, 1 bad, or however you want to do it.
Does it have to be a place you've gone to already?
No, it could be any place. If you know about it and you think it would be a place you'd like to go to, then you can do like that, man.
Yeah, man. We'll jump in straight then. My turn.
Right. Go on inside. You can start, man. Sack it.
Only because I've loved this country since I was a child, and like from when I first heard about it when I was about 11. And it was featured on the TV the other day, and I just think it's an amazing country in the South Pacific. Tuvalu. And the reason why I love this place is because it is literally about 3 feet or 3 meters above sea level. But yeah, it's...
Whoa! I shouldn't get flooded, man.
The island itself, I think there's a couple of islands, but the main island itself, the only one that's really habitable, it's so small that the airplane runway, basically, airstrip, is the whole length of the island.
Okay.
That's how small this place is. And there's only a few people live here. Have a look on it, actually, Alstallio. And every night, what they do is everyone does their bits and bobs. Like if you can drive around, you can drive around the whole island in 15 minutes if you have a car.
Really?
So everyone just drives.
No, that's a plot of land, mate. That's not an island.
Well, it's an island. That's all it is. But if you step off that, you're in the sea. So that you're in an island, And that's
how do you spell it?
Tuvalu. But let me just tell you this story about this. What I love about this place. So everybody just drives for fun. Actually, I'm going to come back on screen for this.
Have I got space? It sounds like it's too small for cars, man.
Yeah, so everyone just drives around for fun, and it literally just drives around the island because they've got nothing else to do. And then every single night on the airstrip, because it's gone quiet and they've got no flights coming in, everybody converses because it's the biggest natural place, like the biggest land where, because there's nothing else apart from the airstrip, apart from where like the houses are. So the whole community comes out, plays football, has meals, just like literally, it's such a communal place where you will always be with the entire population of that nation. Every single night.
Yeah. Like, it's funny you should say this, man, because I've just watched a documentary on this.
So what an amazing place and what a happy place, I think, which kind of fits into the theme of what Alstallio was saying.
Yeah, I saw a documentary on this. I was at my friend's house and the TV was on and I was like, what the hell is this place? And I have to go on a boat to another island to go to school and that. That's this place, isn't it?
Yeah, to be honest, I don't know. The island, my school might be on, because I think it's 2 or 3 islands, but they're very small. So like, there's one main one where this stuff is. They're just it's so low as a land. Like they reckon it because of rising sea levels, they could lose Tuvalu in the near future if it carries on. They've been worried about it for about 50 years. But yeah, that was an amazing one. I might as well do my 3-1 in here, quick time, because the others are not going to be too long. My second one is the Kingdom of Bhutan. Yeah. And the reason why I say the Kingdom of Bhutan which is basically Nigel, with your confused screw face look. It's in the Himalayas.
It's like you pick the most random places that no one's ever heard of.
There's a reason. There's a reason. So it's a mountain kingdom, basically. You know when you watched The Golden Child and you see him up there in like Tibet or somewhere like that.
Yeah.
That was probably Kathmandu. Like, it's around them areas, isn't it?
Yeah,
So
I think the Top Gear boys did something like that. We're not one of them places, but yeah.
One, they've got the best flag for starters, hands down. It's one of the best flags in the world, the Kingdom of Bhutan. And secondly, their country, you know, we measure GDP. They measure gross national happiness.
Oh, that's what I'm talking about.
So that would be the reason why I'd pick them, because they literally value, and every single policy is about trying to bring more happiness. It's never about money. The whole country is not wired to money at all.
Do you want to live there? I want to go there.
Gross national happiness. So that was my second one. And then my third and final one, it has to be, of course, Alstallio, and I'm sure it's going to come up. It has to be Brazil.
Yeah.
But for me, it's because it's the natural raw beauty of the land, but also the people. And I'm going to go so far to say the women in particular, the black women, because I've never seen blackness and naturalness just celebrated so much, and for it to shine so bright as I've seen it in Brazil. Yeah. And I just think that's just the most beautiful thing.
That's true, man.
That's it.
That's really true. I don't know, man. Do you want to go for? Well, we did say 3 worst countries where you want to go, but actually, should we all go around for our best first? We'll go for our best.
Yeah.
Actually, we should have started off with our worst, man. Worst always better, innit? Start off with.
Happy, do a sandwich. Happy, sad, happy.
Yeah. Nigel, what you say, man? You want to take the order? You want me to go?
Well, my name is exotic as yours, Simon. Bloody hell. You've dug out some names there. I mean, for me, Tavula, you know, I thought he was on about some song. I'm sure there's a song called Tavula. Tuvalu, Tabula. I'm looking at it on the map, man. You can't. It's that small. You can't even see it on Google Bloody Earth. You have to zoom right
amazing. I'll tell you what, it's an amazing. Like I said, I saw a documentary. I was with this girl and was chilling, and she turned the TV on. And I was like, "What the hell is this?" And everyone was dancing. Had to get on a boat, and all the kids. And I was like, "What the hell is this place, man?" And
it looks fantastic, mate. I mean, it's white sand. It's proper paradise, man.
Yeah, and I think the thing is, in this South Pacific area, man, I think that's one of these places where you probably find, like, especially African heritage. I know the people are kind of losing their, but they're still like pretty much black people in it. They're just like more like, I don't know if we would call them black or
mate.
Asians,
if they're not white, if they're not white, they're black.
Yeah, I mean they look black. Don't get me wrong; they're very dark skinned.
There's no distinction, mate. If the racists come across them and call them black, you wouldn't say, "Hey, you're from South Asia."
You're welcome.
You know what I mean? You just be like, "You're black," so don't try and give them another colour, man.
Don't call me black.
That's how racists look at it. They don't see anything other than they're just black.
Yeah, man. I think a lot of these places in the South Pacific and have a lot of African.
Yeah, man.
Old
hey,
African.
It's not even. I don't think it's even a mile wide in places.
Nah. Wow, 15 minutes all the way around.
Yeah. Oh, you're looking at Tuvalu still.
Yeah, it's a strip, mate. It's like you can walk from one side to the other, man.
That's the main island. Yeah, it's just literally a strip. If you see it and you have a look at it, it looks like a strip, and next to it there's a bit of green.
Yeah. Hey, are you sure there's any roads?
I would love to go to a place like that where everyone seems happy. Like I say, everyone's congregating together.
Are you sure there's any roads?
Yeah.
The only thing with that place,
I can find the airfield, but I can't find no roads.
These people driving around. I said, drive around Tuvalu on maybe YouTube or something.
The only thing about that place.
Oh yeah, I can see the road now.
Yeah. Sorry, while I was watching the documentary, man, I didn't see no attractive women. I was like, oh my god. And I was thinking, man, that's your bunch you have to pick from, man.
Do you know what it is, bro? I'm gonna jump in straight away because
the gene pool is small, mate.
Do you know? I'm not even gonna say that. You know what it is? Like, I think it's what we practice attractive or not, innit? Polynesian women in general have a very specific look. So in general, they're usually, from what I've seen, more chunky.
Yeah.
They're usually a bit more chunky and everything, and they do. Obviously, they don't focus on like a load of makeup and dressing a certain way, like it's just straight jeans and stuff. It's just the way they dress and things. I think there's not as much like they haven't been sexualized like we have over here. You know, I'm not saying they're not part of the world or anything, like they don't know Wagwan and everything, but I don't think they've been sexualized as much as we have. A lot of these islanders and stuff like that, because you probably feel the same if you went to Papua New Guinea, or you probably feel the same if you went to, you know, the Fiji Islands or any of the Solomon Islands.
The thing is, where, you know, you got to think where you live is where you live, and what you see is what you see. So if you were from Tuvalu, those women would be the most beautiful thing in the world to you.
Yep, that's true. They wouldn't care about you. They would say the same about us.
That's what I'm saying, man. So, and as for what you just said there, mate, it's a myth, because I'm looking at some pictures now, and
What wait, no.
Listen, let's not just debate on. Listen, we can't go to such a beautiful place, which is a happy thing, and then talk about how attractive their women are.
Well, actually, that's the thing.
It was where you started that. You know,
I promise you now. But let me just promise you one thing, Alstallio. Let me promise you the one thing. In a place where there's going to be hardly any people, there's only one place to go. Imagine, my ex is here, you know, can we go somewhere? Like, literally, that one girl, she's taken, bro.
Yeah.
That one that you're in, she's gone. Like, she might like you, she might run off with you, but she's gone for now, you know what I mean? Because there's probably 15 man after her, 20, 30 man after her, and she's the only hot one who, like, you would find attractive, let's say, for instance, not the only hot one, but the one you would find attractive. So, yeah, you wouldn't go there to pool, but you'd go there to have a, I reckon it'd be the most amazing experience being there.
I'd love to go there.
You know, I'm looking at this picture.
When we're going?
You know, I'm looking at this picture of this one little girl, these little girls from Tuvalu. They look like my daughter, man. And then I start thinking to myself, man.
They will do at that age, because especially because your daughter had blonde hair as well, innit?
Yeah, I'm thinking to myself, man, I got messed up genetics, man. I swear. I got messed up genetics.
We've all got a bit of Polynesian in us, I reckon, now, I think.
Well, it's all African, isn't it? It's all like different. Because I'm reading this book, obviously.
I'll take you home, but yeah.
Yeah, I'm reading this book, and he's explaining that everyone left and went all the way to, and this area of the world, the Polynesians and stuff, have still got quite a lot of the true African culture, because they've never really been touched.
Invaded. They've not been. They ended up in places that were classed as insignificant on a map.
Exactly.
Even places that are a lot bigger than that, say like the Fiji Islands, where it's a lot bigger. They wouldn't have messed around with the Fiji Islands when they've got a big old Australia around the corner and New Zealand. Or they ain't going to mess around with these little places. So people's heritage. I'm saying if there's like lost and hidden treasures on the earth, it will be in these little small islands that are dotted around the Pacific. Because in the South Pacific, people don't have any contemplation of the vastness of it. And the way to put it in context is, if you move Brazil, which is one of the most vast entities at all, and moved it across a bit more, you could probably fit another 2 before you get to fill the gap of that Pacific until you get around the other side. It's huge, the expanse of water. It's absolutely insane.
Yeah. That's
you know what I mean? So like, it's a lot of these countries are dotted. You know, you got certain ones that are kind of hug a bit closer to Australia and those sort of ones. And then you got the ones that are a bit further out, like the Easter Island and stuff like that, which is kind of going all the way around and getting more back towards like South America.
Do you know that the that island used to be got its independence from the UK in 1978?
They still kind of have stuff. I think they still have our monarch. I think so. Like Australia, they still chose to keep our monarch, I think. But I think it's
a 2 hour flight. 2 hour flight from Fiji and a 3 hour flight from Kiribati.
Yeah.
And then it's halfway between Hawaii and Australia, right next to the equator, so temperatures are the same all year round. I'd love to go there. I think that's the kind of place you put on your bucket list, your dream list.
For sure. You
know what I mean?
But, you know, actually,
you go in there.
Yeah, carry on. Do you want to finish?
Yeah, because you're just like, you're going to spend a few. The thing is, you could probably get there fairly cheap if you use charter flights and all that, and just get jump on and change and this, that.
They have flights that go from New Zealand, I think it is. It's all somewhere like that.
So you'd have to kind of. Well, I can't remember what they call it. A lot of the students do it when they travel around the world. They'll get a ticket, and it will be like multiple cities. They have to, it's like a charter plane or something like that. But my friend went around the world, and it cost him.
You can have like a
£800, and he went flipping all around South America and over to bloody Australia. And
it's like the passes, isn't it? Around the world passes, man. I've seen one when I was a kid. I believe it was a cruise pass. I was always interested in going anywhere and getting out of where I lived and that. But So I used to look at these mad, weird and wonderful things. And remember when people read the paper, even kids when you was little, because there was nothing else to do. And then I found this thing, and it was like a round the world thing, and it was like 12 months, £24,000. This is probably back in the 1990s.
It weren't as much as that.
Yeah, well, you can get them for about 7,000, can't you? And you can literally get so many flights. You have to take them times and that on certain airlines.
Lots of transfers and changing planes and stuff. But you can get around. You can get around cheap, man, if you're prepared to do lots of changes.
Yeah, Sorry, yeah, you can get these cheap flights as well, these Aeroflights and stuff. So you can definitely
Aeroflights, Russians.
Aeroflights.
Aeroflot, you on about the company Aeroflot?
No. I mean, you can get like Aeroflights, like
Aeroflights.
Yeah. And then that's how we got our first trip to Brazil. Actually, remember, I paid $198 for the flight to Brazil. That's ridiculous.
That is ridiculous.
Which didn't end up saving me any money because I wanted to
especially when you consider it normally. If you was going to go to Jamaica and your ticket was £600, about £350 of that's actual tax.
Yeah. No.
I bought my mum a ticket a couple of years ago, and when she showed me the ticket, I was like, "Hold on, what's all this? Do you know it's tax? It's more than the actual flight."
Yeah. The flight's nothing. That's what an Aeroflight is. Aeroflight is the price of the flight without the tax on it. They somehow make a mistake. The system sends out.
They don't always commit to it though, do they? Sometimes they'll say, "No, actually, no, we're not going to do it."
Depends on the flight, but in most cases you do get
what's it called? Aeroflights.
Aeroflight, yeah. Flight. There's websites like flynows.com, secretflying.com, and in Germany I use Travel Deals. Yeah, but there's a couple of good flights.
I might go Ireland this weekend if I can find a £1 flight. You backside.
You better off going to Ryanair, man, for that.
Yeah, man. But then they'll charge you for standing up in your own flipping urine or something. You know what I mean? Yeah, man. That's your urine there. That'll be €10.
He wanted to bring in charges to use the toilet, didn't he?
He wanted stand-up flights, didn't he? He wanted stand-up flights. He wanted to have like a football match where it was like...
He's nuts. What needs to happen is that this man,
Michael O'Reilly,
his family need to be treated the way that he wants to treat other people, then his mind will fix. You'll be like, oh, maybe not. Anyway, my 3 countries.
Okay.
In no particular order. And to be fair, 2 of them are based on actual experience. First one's Bali.
I knew it was going to come. Great choice.